Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with this Victa 2-stroke lawnmower that's a little bit noisy. So today on the channel I'm going to show you how you can quickly and easily resolve the issue with a minimum amount of tools and consumables. Now essentially this is the same procedure that will apply to all Victa 2-strokes that were manufactured between about 10 and 30 years ago. Now out of interest, I actually restored and fixed up this lawnmower a few days ago on the channel, so I'll put a link to the video in the description and up there somewhere, so you might want to check that out as well. But let's look at the tools and the consumables required for this job. So in terms of the tools required, you are going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. You can see I've actually opted for my Phillips head bit on my impact just to make it a little bit easier. Now do bear in mind that the later Power Torques require a 8mm socket instead of the Phillips head, so just bear that in mind folks. I've also got a flathead screwdriver and I've got some multi-grip pliers. These are actually my Knipex pliers. If you don't have them, I know they're expensive, but do look into them. Have a look at them on my Amazon storefront. And in terms of consumables, you're gonna need some steel wool. I've actually got some chunkier style, I do prefer that. And we're gonna stuff that into the muffler. So let's get into it. So we're going to start by taking the fuel tank off, but before we do that, we make sure the fuel tap is in the off position. So that's when it's in the horizontal position like it is here. And then we're going to remove the fuel line from the carburetor like that. So this is where we use our Phillips head screwdriver to remove these 3 screws. As I said, the later model Victas may require an 8mm socket. So just have a look. This one takes the Phillips head, so let's get those out now. And then we can just lift that fuel tank straight off. Now, it can be a little bit fiddly to get the pull start. Just flex the plastic a little bit and you'll find that it'll pop through. You're not going to break anything, so just get that off and out of the way. Now we want to get the muffler off, and it's a matter of getting this clip off. I like to use a screwdriver and pliers at the same time. Different people do it different way, but this is the way I do it. I give it a flex and then I simply pull it up like that. Get that clip off. Now we've got a clip down the bottom, which can be a little bit tricky, but I generally find once you've got the top one off, you pull that to one side and then we can get the muffler out like that. So with the muffler out, I like to just stuff that steel wool straight in. As I said, I've got the chunkier style, which I find that just doesn't break down as quickly as the really fine stuff. So you really just need to poke this in. And I'm going to poke as much as I absolutely can. You can see I'm just working that in. And once we get that in, I'll just push it down with my finger. And then I'll just push some more in. So I'll just keep doing that off camera. Alright, so as you can see, that is really full. I actually pushed all 2 bags in. And that is just rock solid. So now we will reinstall the muffler. So now getting this bottom bracket on can be a little bit tricky. But the way I normally do it is I actually put that bracket to one side, like I've got there. I'll get the exhaust muffler through that hole in the chassis. I'll get the port there back into the engine block, and then I get that clip on. So I will do it like that. So in like that, get the muffler into the engine block. Now the trick is we're going to come around and we want to get that clip onto the bottom of that muffler. So I'll just come around this side. And just like this, let's just see if we can flex that on there. There we go. As I said, I find the bottom bracket harder myself to get on the top bracket, but to get the top bracket on, I put the engine side on first. Now you'll find that'll just notch in like that on the engine side. Then I get my screwdriver, and I place that down like that. Now that's just going to give me some leverage. Then I just get my foot, I'll put it up on the muffler like this. And my multi-grip pliers, as I said, these are my Knipex pliers, which are just fantastic. And then I just pull it down and pop it like that. I find that is the absolute easiest way to put that muffler back on. Then it really is the reverse procedure to reinstall the fuel tank. The fiddliest part is going to be to get the pull start back into the fuel tank. So I really start by flexing those plastics apart like this. And sometimes it's actually easier just to get a little bit of rope, pulled out like that. So then you just, with that flexed out, just feed that handle through the appropriate spot and then up through the tank like that. And be good to go. I've knocked out that engine cowling, so just pop that back into its position. It just loosely fits in there like that. And then with that, like that, you're good to go to grab your screwdriver and to reinstall those screws. There we go. So the final thing to do is to reinstall the fuel line to the carburetor. So you just push that on there like that, and we are done. Time for a test start. So we turn the fuel tap on, give it a few primes, push it all the way down, up and back to the start position, and give that handle a pull. So there you go, folks. Straight away I can hear that this mower is less noisy, so this has resolved the problem. If you have liked this video, do remember to hit that like button. It is truly appreciated. And do drop a comment below. We love reading all of the comments. On the channel you'll find all sorts of DIY things around the home, fixing up small engines. We've got the vehicles. You may have seen the old Ford Falcon in the background. We've also got the Mercedes, the Audi and the Mazda 3, which we maintain and repair on the channel. So if you're interested in any of that content, do remember to hit that subscribe button. But until next time, have a good evening.